Evangelion, Manifesto.
But let's not leave Shinji melting on the surface. We start our next episode right where the last one ended, and we have Unit 1 arriving to the surface and that big laser just blasting away. He's getting hit, the armor's melting, they pull him back down. I mean, it's an immediate reaction, I'm sure, but to give us a little suspense, we do have to see and hear Shinji screaming. I get it. It is a little funny, though, that they're like, oh, it's melting him, oh, bring him down now. Like, it feels like they took a little too much time with the way that the episode is lined up, but I'm okay with it. It's okay. They immediately get him to the hospital, and they're making sure that his vitals are okay, and then they're trying to come up with a new plan. The angel creates or sprouts some kind of drill that starts just coming down through the surface towards where Nerve is located. And in order to figure out the extent to the angel's powers, they have these big inflatable Evangelion like balloons that they're just moving closer and closer until the angel blasts them. And they're like, oh, we figured out how far it's willing to target an Eva. They even shoot back at it, and they find out that its AT field is so strong that you can like visibly see it. We get a grasp of the stakes and the fact that this angel's boring through these armor layers, and Misato comes up with her plan, and she approaches Ikari and the old guy and says, hey, I need this sniper rifle, and the Japanese self-defense force has this sniper rifle. And in this scene, she mentions some Magi computers, and also, this office is insane. There's no walls as far as you could see. It just is a giant open space, so cool office aesthetics. So Misato goes to the Japanese self-defense force to get this rifle, and it's kind of a funny scene where Rei opens up the building and reaches in to grab it. I thought that was hilarious. They also start announcing that they're going to shut off power to all of Japan because apparently this rifle is going to require all of the power that Japan produces to get this shot off. And the rifle is not the only part of this plan. They also plan to have a defensive unit, and they're going to use a shuttle as a shield, which is one of the coolest shields I think I've seen in all of sci-fi. Through all of this, we see Misato getting the plans ready, putting the plans into motion, making sure that everybody's on time schedule, and it's really showing that she is really a commander. She's not just here because we need a character who's a female to bounce off of our main character who's a young boy and have that interaction, that there is a commander in this character. Shinji wakes up in the hospital, and this time Rei brings him a new plug suit and tells him all about the new mission. He replies saying that he doesn't want to pilot Unit 1 again, and Rei responds with, all right, I'll do it. And once again, the thought of Rei piloting Unit 1 or having to put herself in danger, one of those two options, is really letting Shinji make that decision to be the pilot again. There's a really fun scene that adds a lot of characterization to Kensuke, who has gotten some secret intel as to where the Evas are going to launch from, and he and a bunch of classmates are sitting on a rooftop waiting for them to show up so they can watch them head off to battle the Angel. When the Evas and their pilots reach the mission site, Misato briefs them on the fact that Shinji is going to be the sniper and Rei is going to be the shield. We also learn that because the power of all of Japan is getting diverted into this rifle, he really only has one shot. As the pilots get changed into their plug suits, Shinji is just remarking on like, we could die, aren't you scared, Rei? And Rei is just very cold, very calculated with, I'm supposed to protect you, you're not gonna die. As Pen Pen stares at the night sky, we see that all of the lights all across Japan are slowly shutting off as power gets redirected towards this mission. Just before go time, Shinji and Rei are sitting on these platforms, and Shinji actually asks Rei, why does she pilot an Evangelion? She replies with one of the first real philosophical answers in the series of how she's bonded to the unit and that bond also bonds her with all other living beings and people. And Shinji replies thinking that she's really strong for this outlook, and she replies with she has nothing else, which we've seen from her apartment basically being on the set of THX 1138. We get no time to talk about these philosophical questions of bonding with all of humanity. We have to start the mission. All of the circuits begin connecting to the rifle, and Shinji gets ready to take his shot, gets a cool targeting computer like the original Star Wars. As the computer is lining up the shot and we've got a little countdown, we start to notice that there is a charge happening on the Angel as well. And so as Shinji goes to fire his shot, the Angel fires back, and the two shots kind of interact and wiggle around, and so Shinji actually misses, and then the shot comes in and almost hits Shinji, but right before it actually impacts him, we just see this giant blast, and we realize that Rei is standing in front of Shinji and the sniper rifle with her shield, just taking all of the heat. The shield is melting, her unit just looks awful, and everyone at the command center starts shouting. They're charging a new shot, and as this shot is charging, the shield is melting. The Angel finally pierces down into the Geo front. We see the drill descending, but then the shot finally charges. Shinji lines it up, pulls the trigger, bam, blasts right through the core of the Angel. With the incoming attack defeated, Unit 0 collapses and the plug gets ejected. Shinji, in a shot that mirrors when his father did the same, runs forward, burns his hand a little bit trying to open up the plug, and finally sees Rei shouting her name. Again, it mirrors that original scene that we saw with Ikari and Rei. Shinji's crying. Rei apologizes because she doesn't know what to do in these kind of scenarios, and Shinji tells her, just smile. And while you and I in normal life would be slapped at that response, Shinji gets a little smile from Rei. And with the Angel defeated, that completes this arc. Let's talk about it. We have seen Shinji connect with his classmates. We went to the train station, and while the series makes it look like Shinji is staying for Misato, you and I both know that Shinji's decision to stay occurs before he even knows Misato's there. He's staying because of the connection he has made with Kensuke and Toji. He made the connection with Kensuke because Kensuke's jealous of his position. He's made that connection with Toji because what originally was friction has now become this manly back and forth. And now we see him making a connection to Rei. The interesting thing here is that we're seeing him make that connection at the same time that we're seeing his father have a similar connection with Rei. And whereas the sort of hedgehog's dilemma of pain as he gets to know people with Toji was a physical pain from them punching each other, he has another pain with Rei as he's getting to know her, where he and his father dislike each other, and Rei likes both of them now. So that anger that he holds towards his father is being reprimanded by Rei, which still sort of feeds into that hedgehog's dilemma. And with his caring reaction at the end and Rei's response to finally smile for Shinji, we can see that the two pilots now are ready to really work together to defeat the Angels. But really, the most important question, now that we've seen a few Angels, is what is the next one going to look like? We have had a humanoid big shoulder creature, we have had a bug-like monster, and now we have a big old cube. What's next?